Hey guys, welcome to today's video. This is actually going to be like a month-long video. So basically Dewey's 24-hour readathon, sometimes they have pre-readathon challenges, and normally I'm kind of like, I'm gonna do the readathon. I don't really want to participate, but this time they put out this board. So it's like a board game and you get to roll a dice and like you have to do what it says and then you can roll the dice again. So I thought that sounds like a lot of fun, and on their Twitter it says you can start now, as in when they first posted it, which was a couple days ago, so I'm a little late, through the end of the readathon. So I thought if I'm going to be doing it during the 24-hour readathon, that might be kind of fun. So this could potentially be a very long vlog, so just heads up. Obviously you already know how long it is because the video is up. So we're gonna roll and see what our first prompt is. 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Read your favorite genre. And yes, I am going to be using a Pokemon marker because I don't know what else to use. This is also a Pokemon dice, so, you know, it is what it is. So I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what my favorite genre is. It's definitely not sci-fi, so that's out of the question. But I go back and forth a lot between like fantasy and historical fiction, and contemporary. I feel like are the three that I probably read the most of. So I've already started reading Drums of Autumn. It's part of the Outlander series. I'm gonna read that for this prompt just because I don't really have a favorite genre, and this does cover the like historical fiction. It does sort of cover fantasy because she's like traveling back in time through the stones, so I would say it has a little bit of that in there. Yeah, I'm gonna say that because I'm already reading it, so I just need to finish the book. I am listening to an audiobook, so I think I have about 9 hours left to go, so it'll still take me a little while. But I honestly don't know what my favorite genre is, so we're gonna say that that works for that. I'll let you know when I have updates. Hey guys, I finished reading Drums of Autumn yesterday, or I should say listening to, because I was listening to it on the audiobook. So it's time to roll for the next book. I did end up giving that book 5 stars. I thought it was really good. It might actually be my favorite one in the series, if I'm being honest. It focused a lot on Claire's daughter. If you guys are familiar with the series, I won't say much, but it did focus on her daughter, and I kind of liked that aspect of it. So let's roll. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Read 100 pages and jump ahead. That shouldn't be that hard. Cool. So, the thing about doing this is I'm going to be going to Florida next week. So I'm going to have some vlogs going out at the same time, so hopefully I can keep them straight. But I don't know how easy this is going to be to do while I'm in Florida because obviously I'm not going to have my whole library with me. So obviously like the whole read 100 pages and jump ahead, that'll be easy because I'll be reading on the plane most likely anyway. But if it gets to like read a graphic novel or things like that, it might just have to wait until I get back home. So we'll see how that happens. Hey guys, I'm just here with an update on the whole reading thing. I'm hoping I can find all this footage. Wow, my hair is a mess. I'm hoping I can find all the footage for this. But Dewey's 24-hour readathon just put up their bingo board for the actual readathon. I would like to, I don't know, if I could finish this before the readathon, that would be great, but realistically that's not going to happen because that is literally in a week. So the last time I checked in, I had landed on read a classic and jump ahead. So this is where we are, if you would like to see. So I read The Curious Case of Benjamin Button and Other Jazz Age Stories. So it was kind of a like short story kind of book. I listened to it on an audiobook just because it's easier. I'm considering that a classic. Is it a classic? I don't know, but I saw it on the app that I use and I thought it was interesting. So we did that. I rated it 3 stars. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button was better than the other 2 stories that were on there. The other one was like Diamond as Large as the Ritz or something like that. And then the other one I don't remember the name of. They were good, but not amazing. So the next thing when we do the skip ahead is to listen to an audiobook, which is unfortunate because I just finished listening to an audiobook. So I started listening to Sinner. I actually physically have it, so let me grab it 1 second. This book is what we're listening to next. For those who have watched my other reading videos, I've read the other 2 books in the series already, which are Showdown in Saint by Ted Dekker. It's kind of a, I want to say like thriller-ish, kind of. Maybe a little bit of mystery. I don't know. He mostly writes thriller, and a lot of his books intertwine in a very circular way. So he has multiple series, and so like this series has 3 books, and then there's another series called the Circle Trilogy, which actually has 4 books, so it's not really a trilogy. And then he has other series, and he does have some standalone books that are separate, but the series all relate to each other. So like this character, and there's these books that they talk about in here, they relate to other series in the books, and they all kind of intertwine, so you can kind of start on whichever series you want. I don't know if the order in which you read them kind of impacts how you feel about it. I started with the Circle series, and I really liked that. There's another series, I'm trying to look at my bookshelf, I don't own all of the other ones, but I think it's called like the Books of History or something. I feel like those ones are more for younger kids, so more young adult, like younger adult, if that makes sense. So if you're younger, I would start with those, because after reading them, I was reading them in college, and like they were good, but it did kind of feel like, I don't know, it was meant for a younger audience, which is fine. Anyway, this is what we're reading. Sorry I've been rambling so long. I think I've already listened to like half an hour or an hour or something on audiobook, and then we'll see where we're going from there. And this might continue into Dewey's 24-hour readathon, so I don't know if I'm going to combine the videos or if I'm going to still keep it separate. We'll see. Hey guys, just wanted to pop in and give an update on how my reading is going. So I've been reading Sinner like we talked about last time, and I'm enjoying this, I think, maybe more than the other 2 books in the series. This is the 3rd one. We follow the same characters. I don't really want to say much though, because I don't want to give it spoilers. But basically, characters have different powers, and now we're learning about them. That's as far as I am, and I don't want to say anything more than that. But so I'm looking for the board game. On this, it says you must read half the book for the challenge to be considered completed. So up until now, I've been kind of just going with I have to finish the entire book. But looking at the rest of the board, most of them are easy things to complete, like read 200 pages, read for 3 hours, read 150 pages, things like that, instead of reading like a book, like a certain kind of book. So I'm hoping, I'm going to roll since I've completed half this book, and I'm hoping I'll land on something relatively simple, and I can continue reading this book or listening to it on the audiobook and use that to complete the new challenge. Okay, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Read 150 pages. Perfect. So thankfully I do have the physical book as well. I can try to figure out where I am in the audiobook and then read 150 pages from that point. Okay, so thankfully I had just started the next chapter. I was only 2 minutes into the next chapter. So I marked out where I am. I'm about 170 pages in. So in 150, I'll actually be close to the end, and I'll be around 320 pages. So I marked that out so that it's easy for me to remember where I need to read to. All right, guys, I have read the 150 pages that I was required to read for that square. So we're gonna roll again and see what happens. Just to update. I'm not completely done. I'm very close to the end of this book. The audiobook says I have about an hour and a half. I think I have like, I don't know, less than 100 pages left. Maybe like 75 pages left, something like that. Anyway, so we're gonna roll, see where I land, and hopefully I can just finish this book and we'll be good. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Read 200 pages. Okay. So I think what we're gonna do for that is figure out exactly how many pages I have left of this and finish listening to it on the audio. And then, depending on how this goes, because it is Wednesday and the 24-hour readathon is Saturday. So if I'm not able to complete the 200 pages before the 24-hour readathon, I'm just going to kind of merge them together because at this point, that's probably the last square I'm going to land on. So I'm going to attempt to get through the 200 before Saturday. In doing so, I'm going to finish Sinner, and then I'll probably read The Girl from the Other Side. I don't know how many pages it is, but it's a graphic novel, so it'll be quick to get through. Those two combined might not be enough. If they're not, then I'll probably throw in The Last Man. I was going to read this during the 24-hour readathon, but I also have this book, A Middle-earth Traveler. I just want to have at least one easy book during the 24-hour readathon, but I do have an audiobook that I'm going to be trying to read that's going to be 24 hours long. The audiobook is literally like 23 and a half hours, so I'm going to try to listen to it at 2 times speed. So I need, it's just going to take a lot of time. Yeah. So I like to have at least one easy book to read to kind of get me started. And then the audiobook really is probably going to take a majority of my time. Anyway, I've talked too much. We're going to try to hit this 200 pages before the 24 hours start. Also forgot, I have a book that I need to read for a book club at work. I think I need to read like 80 something pages, so maybe we'll lump that into the 200 pages as well. I need to have it read by next Thursday, and I don't want to read it during the 24-hour readathon because I already have a challenging TBR, so maybe we'll get to that. We'll see. 3. 1, 2, 3. So I just need to read 500 pages, and then I'm done. And obviously that'll be covered with the 24-hour readathon. I will be reading more than 500 pages, I hope. Hey, just checking in to say that I finished my 500 pages, which means I'm done with this challenge. I was listening to the audiobook Winter, and I've been reading The Princess Bride, and I kind of lost track, but then I realized I've read more than 500 pages now. So I'm just going to end this video and continue on with the 24-hour video, which will probably come out a week after this video comes out. So stay tuned for that. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!